I yield the balance of my time.
Gentlelady from North Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield 3 minutes to my distinguished colleague from the state of Texas, Mr. Paul.
Gentleman may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, gentlelady, for yielding this time to me. I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of HRES 58. I saw Muhammad Ali as a man of great courage, and I admired him for this, not because of the courage that it took to get in a ring and fight a man bigger than he, but because of his stance in 1967. In 1967, he was 25 years old. He was the champion of the world, and for religious beliefs, he practiced what some refer to, and as Martin Luther King made popular, as civil disobedience, because he disagreed with the war. And I thought his comments were rather astute at the time. They were not complex, but he merely said, "I have no quarrel with the Viet Cong." He says the Viet Cong never called him a name. And because of his religious convictions, he said he didn't want to go, and he stood firm, a man of principle. And I really admire this as a quality. He is known, of course, for his athletic skills and his humanitarian concerns, and these are rightly mentioned in a resolution like this. But I do want to emphasize this because to me it was so important, and it had such impact. Because in reality, what Muhammad Ali did eventually led to the getting rid of the draft. And yet, we as a people and we as a Congress still do not have the conviction that Muhammad Ali had, because we still have the Selective Service saying, oh yeah, let's not have a draft now, but when the conditions are right, we will bring back the draft and bring back those same problems that we had in the 60s. So I see what Muhammad Ali did as being very great. He deserves this recognition, but we should also praise him for being a man of principle and willing to give up his title for 3 years at the age of 25, at the prime of his career. How many of us give up something to stand on principle? He was a man of principle, he believed it, and he stood firm. So even those who may disagree with his position may say, at least he stood up for what he believed in, he suffered the consequences, and fortunately was eventually vindicated. I yield back the balance of my time.